This is Roll for Crit. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Will.
And we are here looking at Legends of Runeterra, the new League of Legends-based digital card game from Riot Games. As you can see, we're in the menu right now. There are a lot of different modes of play. We're going to do a quick round for you, talk about how it works, as well as our impressions of the beta, which just opened this week. Of course, there's some different modes you can go through. I'm sure they're going to add more things to this later. You can play AI, there's tutorials, you look through your collection, build your decks. Of course, you can buy coins, which will get you more cards, etc. We're going to go ahead and do a versus player right now. Actually, no, I guess I'm going to go to my friends list since you're my friend. All right, I'm challenging you.
I get this cool challenge window that pops up. Decline.
Please accept. Okay, cool. Now, which deck are you going to pick?
I'm going to use the deck I made my own little deck. It's pretty close to, I think, but...
I slightly customized mine. I think it's the one that I haven't played with all of them too extensively, but it's the one that I won with and felt slightly more comfortable knowing the cards from.
Yeah, pretty much. It was the one that I thought was the most fun. Oh, man. Wait, you have a Teemo?
I guess so. All kinds of surprises in store.
Wait.
All right. So we'll go over a little bit of how this works. So right now you get a chance to mulligan. So if there are any cards that a player doesn't want, they can go ahead and get rid of them.
I'll mulligan that card.
Let's see. I'll replace this one. Let's see how that goes. Keep the rest. Yeah, that was a good. I think that was a good trade-off.
Now, what's interesting in this compared to other card games is it's not really a your turn, do all your things and attack, then go to my turn. It's you go back and forth, but each round. Oh, there's a clock.
Right. That's okay. Yeah, go ahead and explain while I try to make a move.
That whoever around one person has an attack token. You can see by Jonathan's name there. It's a little orange sword.
A foray into the
Ooh, man.
How exciting.
And pretty much only he can attack that round. There are ways for you to get your own, but ooh, so many good choices. I think we're gonna go with this guy.
That egg. Did it move?
All right, we both got some early one-cost people, because of course, like a lot of these games, you start with a small amount of mana, and turn by turn, that will gradually go up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like basic early strategy, like in terms of mulliganing, is you want low-cost cards in your hand, probably. Probably goes without saying. Let's see, do I want to... No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to pass. There's a big pass button, as you can see.
No attack, huh?
Oh, now that's right. I will say one thing that I do in this game sometimes that might just be because I'm an idiot is I will forget that I'm supposed to attack and I see a big pass button. I'm like, I guess my turn's over, so I click that button to end it.
Oh man.
I don't know if that's just me. I wish there was a mode you could add in where it would go, are you sure? You could attack if you want. Maybe they'll add that in for me later.
I mean, that's the problem when you get to digital card games. Oh, now the timer's red for me. I didn't get to see that before one.
Oh yeah, it changes color. All right, you've got some spiders.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you can see if you look at the cards, they have a power level and a health level. Pretty standard. You'll see if an attack actually goes through. Maybe Will do that since I'm unable to do things. There are also spells that you can cast, and you know what? I'll cast a spell. And I'm going to choose this target right here. Now that you do have a chance to react to those spells, so while I can see that right now Will has no mana left, there are some zero-cost cards. He does have a chance, depending on what kind of spell it is, to counteract that in some way. Oh, I guess I have to press OK first so we can actually see what it is. So I'm planning on doing 2 damage to that spider.
I will let it happen.
All right. And now...
No.
He's coming in with some attacks. All right, so now is my chance to block.
Yes.
And I have 1 blocker available. I'll put them up.
I've lost my place.
And you can see they do their damage to each other.
And like Hearthstone, your health stays. So it's not like Magic where it resets. So right now, your character only has 1 health left.
Right, exactly. Ultimately, if you have no attackers or they don't have anybody to block you, you're trying to get through to their Nexus, which is their total health value over here, which starts at 20. All right, I'm going to pass. And now it'll come back to me. But that is the basic gist of the game. I mean, you just go back and forth as defender and attacker. There are, of course, a lot of different keywords and things that make things more interesting, as with any of these games.
Right, and you can right-click the cards. But I guess I should talk about now, since I have more experience than you, and how does this translate from League of Legends?
Mm-hmm.
And from playing it, you can pull from a lot of factions. The way the game works, I think you can use 2 factions in a deck at your disposal. And I'll play that one. So right now, I know I have, let's see, we have Noxus and the Shadow Isles for me. You're playing with Ionia and the Tech. They combined the 2 tech cities together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know they didn't have all the factions, because like one faction I really like, I forget their name now. They're like the Cthulian area. But they're not in this game right now. And they had a favorite of mine, so I assume we'll get more expansion from those guys as well. Yeah, I believe he has Elusive. Yeah, Elusive, I cannot block that. There's also only a very small handful, which is no surprise to the champions. You know, I think they're in the triple digits now.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of champions,
in the shadows.
Yeah,
there is one now, and they actually have a level up system. They're all unique in what weird things they want. Mine wants spiders on the field.
Yeah, and as far as I don't think is there anything like that in Hearthstone or the other games. I feel like that's new, leveling up, or am I just not remembering?
I mean, I went back to play Hearthstone, but I did pretty basic stuff. I don't know if there's a weird card there. So, to my knowledge, it's not. I mean, technically, Magic had leveling up cards, but I don't think they're in Magic Arena. So
it's a pretty unique thing that depending on what cards you have out, they'll have certain requirements that it couldn't direct your strategies, because you want those guys. Sometimes you might even want someone to die so they'll level up.
Yeah, some of them have weird things like that. It's very interesting when, we'll start with this jerk. We'll see what happens. But it's also curious because, like, a lot of these, if you play League of Legends, it's mostly, it's the champions and those weird minions. I have not seen any art with those minions. But all these other characters I've never seen before, and some of them you may have known of, like, I can't remember the one champion's wife, but his wife got killed by the champion who I enjoyed, Thresh. I was a support guy. So he's always, he wants to kill that guy. Oh, lovely.
There's another one.
All right, what's he do again? Right, he likes making shadows.
He wants to attack the Nexus to level up, and yeah, he creates shadows.
Okay, ready.
Let's get my deck going.
Yeah, now this is definitely the thing with these spiders. You kind of try to create a bunch of little guys. Now what is this? Oh, you're just gonna deal 1 to my Nexus.
Yep, I just got that. I played a little bit beforehand, and she came in.
And right now,
chest.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Get a little friend, a scrap scuttler. Let's see. So I have to decide. I can block all of these, but then I may lose some soldiers. But I don't really care about that one. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead with that.
You're disrupting my research.
Yeah, fine.
You can't outrun me.
Cut the breath from them.
I'm sure there are people watching this will come up with better strategies than I have, but.
Oh, I'm sure my deck is horribly made, or a lot of misplays. I mean, we just started.
Yes, but this is merely a demonstration. So that sort of went a little bit in my favor, but now we're both kind of. You have a slightly stronger person on the field right now, so that's arguable.
No, yeah, but I still have mana. I think it's called. I can't remember.
Yes, there is mana. Something else that's cool is if you don't use any mana, you'll see right now. I think. Oh, if I pass, which I'm going to. That this little dot right here is going to be transferred over into spell mana.
I'm actually going to do that now, so we can watch it now.
Yeah, and that. So now you can use that as a bonus mana just for spells.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bank up to 3 that way, which I think can come in handy quite a bit.
Yeah, because it will use that first, so you can sort of have some extra. You can only store 3 though.
Let's see. Ooh, that seems
in this game. Going back, I'm very curious to see how this goes with some other champions. 2 of mine are not in here. One, like I said, is not part of a faction yet, but the other one is Sona. and her faction is, I think she is Demacia. I think she's originally from 1, but she was adopted and moved to Demacia, so I think that's where she should belong. Another thing we didn't really talk about with all these digital games having, it's always really interesting, is so many voice lines.
Oh yeah, there are quite, Hearthstone of course has sound bites, but I feel like in this one they have a lot more actual spoken dialogue. Like they actually say English words.
I really don't like that. That is
yeah,
that is mean.
Playing a card right now to take that
Kill my chance
person
out.
out. You also get to pick your own little mascot. This is the one you start with that we both have.
The one you don't have to pay for.
That's right. What's that noise? I imagine there are ways to get them without paying. I didn't look too far into it, though. I have to be honest. All right. I mean, what's this guy's thing?
He makes a copy and.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I know you're gonna block him, but.
And this.
Uh-oh, what do we got?
Is what I was, just in case.
Please, I have connections.
Yeah, this is a good card.
This is my when opponents have a lot of small things to counter my spiders card.
Yes, and I used this in a previous game against someone else online against all of their spiders, and it felt very good.
I played another spider deck, and I had that. I'm like, I'll throw this just in case. I used it, and he just was like, oh, by the way, he did this reaction, which you do have
oh yeah,
stickers.
You have emotes. You cannot. There's no text chat.
No, well, it's probably smart.
Although that's kind of surprising since we are friends that we don't have a text chat. We do during the main menu. Is there any way?
I mean, this is beta.
That's true.
Oh, actually, wait. Let's find out. You see that?
Oh yeah, I got a little notification.
So we can text chat.
Oh yeah, it's not.
We just have to go to the friend list. You have to.
Yeah, it's not super intuitive, but that's okay. All right.
So, before this video, I did actually play. Went back to play a little Hearthstone, as I sort of hinted at, and Arena, which I hadn't played before. And you know what? I should take the initiative.
Whoa, you're just going for it.
I mean, you have nothing on the field right now.
That's very true. I mean,
but
yeah.
Definitely one of the unfair things that go to advantage for is this is starting right now. So, everyone's still trying to solve things, and if you get in now, you won't feel too far behind collection-wise. But there's definitely some other issues I could see with this going down the line. And a lot of them share the same things. Like, oh, her.
Yeah, this character who looks like someone just went to Hot Topic and bought a bunch of stuff.
More or less. She's the Harley Quinn of this universe.
Yeah, that's extremely apparent. It seems like they didn't even try to separate that in their minds.
Though I don't find her as annoying. I think partly because the fan base, Harley Quinn's fan base more. Oh.
Wow, did you see that?
This is a guy that gives you energy, which is nice. But it is, it does become obvious with the voice lines and stuff. And this is like, man, you can get EXP, but wouldn't you like to buy those cards? It doesn't seem as bad because you're starting off. But I know eventually I'd be like, man, I need one more Elise for this deck.
Right. Which, I mean, I think anyone who's thinking about going into this game, it's your turn, by the way. That is, I think that's what they expect. You know what I mean? I think
you're right.
That comes with the territory at this point.
But it's one of those things that's always fun when you have multiple currencies. You have the crystals and the coins.
Ooh, I like this guy as well. Ooh.
And playing Magic, I will say the Magic one is comfortable because I know Magic. Well,
also good to combat spiders.
Yes, but yeah, let that happen.
Yeah, you're gonna get one guy back.
Yeah, so not the worst thing in the world.
No, you have a pretty good defense in play right now.
Well,
what are your overall impressions of just purely the gameplay? Have you? Both of us have done it. I've done a few online. I think you've done a couple as well. plus the tutorials and stuff. How do you feel like? Do you like this better than Hearthstone?
I will say this: compared to both Hearthstone and Arena, the pictures are a little bigger, and I sort of like that. Like, I find it a lot smaller, and like, what does that do? And it's very big. I know what's on screen. Like, it's a little bit better to read. Yeah, sure. There's text on guys' abilities, but like, if you look at Jinx right now, she has the quick attack symbol above. I know she does something, and I find that a little bit more friendly for me.
Right. It is pretty nice to, yeah, right-click and you can easily find all their things and hover over, and it tells you exactly what those abilities mean.
Yeah,
I often
exactly.
forget. Which, I mean, you can do in Hearthstone too, but.
Oh, sorry. I was like, is that me? No, it's...
One thing I've found that all these games do, Hearthstone does it really well too, is they've just found this perfect magic formula of visual and audio combination to make things feel good. Like clicking something and just casting a card, and the effect and the sounds that they make is really satisfying on like a base level that is, it's one of those things that's like, it's almost like a slot machine, it's designed to make your endorphins go.
Well, and like playing with League of Legends, there's characters who are like Luck, be careful. I'll be good, brother Garrett. They have voice lines that react, and you're like, oh, that makes sense that this character should say that.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's nothing to fear.
They get burned into your brain over and over again.
And like, I think Jinx can get like rockets or something later on. You'll see her fire the rocket and stuff. Like, so you'll get that unique.
Let me
Speaking
change
of leveling up.
more.
Oh yeah, here we go. You had your spiders in play, so now you're stronger, and you have more abilities.
Yeah.
I wish that the players could see from your perspective, because clearly you're gonna win this fight.
I guess, you know what? We're gonna go for the. And it's interesting, by the way, when attacking. So like, I have 4 characters out right now, and right now I don't think it matters their abilities. I think Freyord has more weird stuff there it could. But let's say, I'm going to start with this guy. And challenge lets me choose blockers, but once I do my entire lineup of characters... Actually, no. We'll do this one. Oh, wait. What's this card do? Yeah, never mind. That, and that. Like so.
Right, so I'm helpless here right now because I don't have a way to move those guys around.
Mm-hmm. And they actually go in order of damage, so sometimes something could proc and kill the other thing, which is interesting, and I like that, because Magic, everything happens at once, but this allows for more weird combos to occur.
Yeah, or there's one card that I think you have it, or maybe you had it, which is... It does a damage to the other player's nexus for each one of your characters that dies. So if you put that all the way to the right and you put a bunch of weak creatures on the left, it'll actually do damage even if the other player is killing them.
Right.
Whereas if you did it the other way around, it wouldn't be as powerful.
Now this doesn't have the
the
weird mana spell and like champion you have from Hearthstone. Which is nice because that can be a mana sink when I'm playing, but I think overall, I think I would enjoy this over Hearthstone. Magic, I'm not sure because I like Magic, but the modes of Magic I like, you can't play it on Arena.
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of feel like it is very similar. There's some big differences, but I don't know that. I don't think if you're a hardcore Hearthstone player that this will draw you over to it. I think you might like both, but
I think that's with every card game though. It's like wherever you have your collection.
But I feel like they're so similar that like if you're invested
honestly, they all felt very like.
Whereas like if you look at even in physical card games. I would argue like Keyforge, even the Transformers card game, both of those do things pretty different from Magic. All of these digital ones feel like they're pretty much, you're getting creatures on the field and you overwhelm your opponent. Like, kind of the same strategy. Ultimately.
Part of it is just because they're all the free-to-play games that are like trying to get...
I like this guy a lot.
Yeah. Oof.
I mean, I'm kind of 1 foot in the grave right now, but we'll see what happens. But I mean, that is not to say it sounds kind of negative with how I'm saying, but I have had a lot of fun playing it. I just am not sure what there is to really differentiate this from
I think
Hearthstone right now.
For me, it's what theme you like. And for me, I tend to because I played a lot of League of Legends. I'm really closely attached to certain characters. So being able to see these characters come to life, they're both elusive, right? It feels really cool, and especially getting to see some of those characters we never saw as champions because they're dead or something.
Right. Another thing that I really hope they bring in from Hearthstone that I love is the interactive elements with the background. So while your opponent is taking their turn, you can click on things and see little animations.
Well, I know you can get different boards, which is cool.
And you can click on your little guy, but I would like them to add more stuff like that, just because I think that's fun. All right, let's see how this goes.
What form will the waters take?
All right, so I lost that guy, which I knew I was going to, but he let me draw a spell, so that was sort of a little bit of a hope that I thought might have been worth it. All right, I'm gonna end my round, but we'll see. Actually, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either because I had my good turn, but I feel like that was my good turn.
This happens a lot in Hearthstone too, where both players get down to like 2 cards, and you're really just relying on what you draw. Now that's a pretty good draw.
I did. Yeah, this was the heart of the cards draw. That was like the thing you didn't want me to get. This is my end all bomb.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, I mean, I'll do what I can here.
I've brought my books. Hope that's all right.
That's just as good as your card, right?
Right. So I guess this is grab that to bring him over to that. She'll do that.
Noxus will rise.
Yeah, this is the end for me. I'll go ahead and play this out just to. Yeah, no, it's the best I can do, but it's not good enough. Actually, wait, maybe it is good enough.
My place.
Let's see. Wait. How does this go? Well, that's something actually that's very cool. If you go over and hover over this eye over here, it'll actually show you what the outcome will be of the battle before you commit to it.
What eye? I don't
in
know.
between the 2 nexuses or nexi, you'll see it'll show you what's currently in play. Here's what's going to happen. So I'm going to survive with 1 life if this stands. Oh, but
I have a +3,
and that's it.
Yep.
Man. And there it is.
My right.
Boom. So I've been defeated.
Yeah.
That's a quick little example of how the game goes, and then you get your screen. Of course, you get your experience points.
Now, does this count for this counts for the daily PvP, which is nice. So for someone like me who doesn't, I prefer playing with people I know. This is another issue. I don't like these. I don't want to play with strangers. I like knowing the people I'm playing with.
Yeah, and of course, you have your daily quests that you can do. That'll get you more experience.
And unlike regular League of Legends, I was about to say real. There is no real. You don't get ruined by other bad players. Something that as a support player I had a lot of issues with.
Yeah. So overall, I've had fun with it. I think that it's very polished. Like they clearly put a lot of work into it. It feels like the card effects are fun to play with. Everything about it I like. I just, if it weren't League of Legends, I don't know that the changes they've made to the gameplay, which I think are cool, I don't know that they're quite enough to make it really stand out from the other games. It's hard for me. Like, I think they're both really strong. Magic Arena I don't have experience with, but I mean, it's Magic, so I feel like that's almost its own its own thing altogether.
For me, like, looking at the 3 of them, honestly, I'm giving this one my favorite of the 3. One, I've had connections with League of Legends before, so seeing characters, but Magic, I like, you can play Arena, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm like, you might as well go paper. Go to your local game store, you can do drafts, you'll get something that you can sell for real money, not just crystals. And you can do all the different game modes. You can get into Commander, you can get into the other modes. You can only play Brawl, which is the standard Commander on Magic, like every Wednesday, once a month. It's like some crazy, stupid thing like that. Hearthstone's really big at this point. So if you're not in it, you're going to have to build up your collection. What you can do is, so like my deck, we had 2 decks with factions. Mine was Noxus and Shadow Isles. You can choose a region. You level up in that region first, so you can make sure you get cards that would help the deck you're building.
Yes.
And that's pretty nice.
It is nice. It is very friendly, I think, in that regard compared to some of these other games. I mean, at the end of the day, this thing is free to play. You can download it and try it for yourself. It's in beta right now.
All 3 are. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, in the end, I'm like, I'd probably, if I continued playing, I'd probably stick with this one of the 3.
You can try it right now for yourself and let us know in the comments what you think of it. If you are a Hearthstone player, will this convince you to switch sides, or will you play both? Or did you not like Hearthstone and you think this game does it better? Or none of the above?
What decks do you use? Do you think there's a certain deck that's stronger or weaker right now? That's always an interesting, because in digital card games, they literally can make something like, oh, that Legion rear guard is too strong. Let's make them a 2/2 instead of a 3/2.
Yeah.
So that'd be curious to see.
Let us know, and thanks for watching. Again, the game is Legends of Runeterra from Riot Games. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
This has been Roll for Crit. Support our Patreon, like this video, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a thing.
Watch more of our content now to hold back Cthulhu's madness.